know, guys, I'm in my car again. Yes. Crazy, isn't it? Apparently the car is the most popular place to do videos. No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, I have no other place to talk right now without bugging my mom or my aunt or whoever, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna go into my car, and the people watching will just have to deal with it. I'm sorry. So, there are a couple of things I've been wanting to talk about, and one of them is the difference between an ENFP and an ENTP. One of my very beloved friends is an ENTP, and we have been friends since we were, I want to say 11. She ended up moving in down the street, and we were the same age, and we just hit it off, and I, became a part of their family. It was really funny, though. There was this misunderstanding when we met, and we met on bikes. We were both riding on bikes, because I kept riding down there to see if they had moved in yet, because my dad had heard that there was a family moving in, so I kept riding down the street, almost every day to see if they were there. And so we met, and something happened, and she thought I was a stuck-up snob, and I thought that she just, totally ignored me. Anyway, it was terrible. But it all worked out, and we have been friends ever since then. So first off, similarities. Similarities between an ENTP and an ENFP. We're both really crazy. We both because we both have extroverted intuition, so we're both always looking for connections and things like that. When I am with my ENTP friend, it's kind of crazy because we're both extroverted intuition, so there's a lot of laughing and kind of crazy ideas and thinking and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun, though. Another similarity is extroverted sensing. My friend and I both joined a track at the same time, and it's a long story, but she was homeschooled, and then she wasn't, and I was homeschooled, or I wasn't homeschooled, and then it was. Anyway, so we both ended up joining track together. And the one thing that I noticed is that both of us were totally out of it. We both have this kind of spaciness, and it's really funny, because we both have it. So those are kind of the similarities. Differences. There isn't a lot of difference between the two of us, but there definitely is a difference, and I noticed this being with my friend a lot. I noticed that we were really similar, and then there was that little part where she was different, and of course I didn't know about Myers-Briggs at the time, so now I kind of understand where the difference comes from. She's definitely a thinker. And I didn't realize how objective she felt about things because of her extroverted feeling. She doesn't seem like a thinker unless you really get to know her. But she kind of has a kind of disconnected way of making decisions. And it's not cold-hearted at all. It's just it's kind of like the thought process, the decision-making process is a little bit more objective than based on feeling, whereas I'm more feeling than objective. So there's that. She has extroverted feeling, which is very interesting because for me, I have introverted feelings, so it's hard for me to express feelings, but for her, it's kind of easy. And talking with her recently, she was saying things like, "Oh, I miss you, I wish you were here," and blah, 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 and stuff like that. And me, it's weird, because I feel the same way, but I'm less likely to express it. And she probably feels a little bit less that way, but she's more likely to express it when she feels it. So it's really a neat combination there. Let's see. Okay, rebelliousness is another issue. My ENTP friend is very rebellious. But it's not like a bad rebellion, but she just kind of has her own way of thinking, and she doesn't really, she doesn't understand why she has to follow rules or things like that. And I guess it's a good kind of rebellion. It's more like she has a mind of her own, and so she sometimes fights against, like, her parents and what they think and things like that. As far as me, I'm not really quite as rebellious. Like, I'm rebellious against, like, things like social norms and stuff. Like, ENFPs just are kind of rebellious against really weird things. Like, I don't know, banning the color orange from their life. I don't know, just weird things. But as far as, like, authority, my friend, she speeds. She's just like, I need to get there fast. I'm speeding. I don't care. And me, I'm like, it's like a moral dilemma. Because I don't want to speed. I don't want to get in trouble. And I don't want to deal with the repercussions of speeding. And it's really not fun, like, trying to get away with speeding. It's just not a fun endeavor for me. So I end up not speeding, although I do speed a little bit on the freeway. Don't tell anybody. But, it's just 5 miles over the speed limit. It's pretty, conservative, speeding-wise. No. Anyway, so, morally, we kind of have different judging processes, and that makes sense, because she's an introverted thinker, extroverted feeler. I'm an introverted feeler, extroverted thinker. So she's more likely to introverted thinkingly disagree with someone, and then extroverted feelingly, kind of pass it under the radar and just kind of, like, be rebellious in her mind. Whereas me, I'm gonna be introverted feeling, maybe a little less rebellious, but if I am feeling particularly rebellious, then it will be very obvious because of my extroverted thinking. So if I got a problem with something, I'm probably going to tell you, unless my extroverted intuition takes over and decides that I really don't want to deal with the conflict. That's probably what's going to happen, actually. So yeah. Just to give you guys a little bit more, I don't know how to end that sentence. Just to show you guys that this isn't just based off of my relationship with my friend and I. I also have an ENTP uncle, and I think the same can be said of me and him. Obviously, we don't have as close of a relationship because we don't see each other as much, but we like the same things. We both like the same shows and the same things like that. He does like a little bit. He does like some shows that I don't like, and I like some shows that he doesn't like. But for the most part, we kind of meet. He's a little bit more into humor. I'm a little more into romance. Obviously, I don't know if that's an obvious thing. I am an NF, which is not a romanticist, but an idealist. So I don't know. So there's that. But yeah, for the most part, we're both kind of out there looking for connections, kind of hyperactive, ADD, and then judging functions are different. I noticed that something that I really like about ENTPs is they don't seem to mind as much. It's kind of like words are not coming to me. Like, an ENFP really cares. They care what you think about them. They care if they offended you or hurt you, and I think it, or, you know, whatever, or if they're annoying you, or things like that, which I think can get a little annoying. My aunt is an ENFP, so I have a good outside view of my own personality, which is good. But ENTPs are kind of like, yeah, nope, that's just the way it is. No, I don't care. Nope, that's just what I'm doing. Nope. Okay, let's go. Nope, I don't want to deal with this. You know, they're just kind of more, less going with the crowd, I guess. You know, they care less about what you think of them, things like that. Even my ENTP friend, it's funny, because she said that she didn't really fit in school, but she didn't really care. Whereas, like, me, if I didn't fit in, it'd be, like, traumatic to me. But for her, it wasn't really important. So that's something that I really admire about ENTP types. But yeah, they're kind of their own unique person, but they still have that extroverted feeling, which I feel gives them a soft, kind of like a soft exterior, which is really nice. Very similar to the INTP. So yeah, I think I've talked enough for one video. Hopefully this is enough for you guys to think about or ponder. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's gotten very dark, and I hope that is not painful for your eyes. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.